today it's been 8 days since we poured concrete. The first 7 days I was actually just watering it. You can actually remove the forms by like next day or so, but the concrete doesn't cure that fast. Takes about 7 days to cure to a big percentage, and then another 21 days to cure completely. So I decided to actually postpone removing the forms until 7 days. That way we can control how the concrete dries, because we have plastic in the bottom and plastic on the sides. The plastic at the bottom will work as a vapor barrier in the future, but also works helping the cure of the concrete, because no water can go out. The only way the water can evaporate will be through the top, and I've been watering 5-6 times a day. So the concrete has been wet all around it for 7 days, and yesterday I started removing the form, and to my surprise, and to my surprise, I mean, I knew we did a good job, but it came out super smooth, no holes. We vibrated the concrete really well. At least this first section that I was able to remove yesterday came out top notch. I'm very happy with it. It felt like a Christmas morning unwrapping gifts during the whole day, even though it was tough work. And also yesterday, I don't know if you heard hydraulic hammers hitting. It's because we are installing a fence all around the property. We wanted to postpone this until the end of the build, but unfortunately the city inspector forced us to put some sort of fencing around the building site. I argued with him, telling him that we have like 3 neighbors and they are like 85 years old and nobody walks around here. This is as remote can get. So it's not like a child will come in the building site. But anyways, that's the law. We had 2 options, either to rent an ugly fence for 2, 3, 4 years, or actually install the fence that we are gonna be putting in the end. So we pulled the trigger and installed the fence. But before I show you how we install the fence, I want to share some news. I have just been informed of the launch of a new product that will be extremely useful for any of you that want to live off the grid or that want to use clean electricity at your current homes. Anker Solix is introducing the F3800 on October 9th, and it's gonna be an incredible machine like it's never been seen before. It is the most accessible home power system. It will maximize your power experience through minimal setup, a home solar energy loop that charges all day and powers all night. It provides incredible ultra-high AC outputs of 6,000 watts with a dual voltage output of 240 volts and 120. It can basically power your home and power pretty much any electrical tool you own, recharge your electric car daily, and it is still compact enough to take it with you on the road with your camper van or your RV. The F3800 can work with solar panels on your roof and also connected to the grid at the same time to participate in the whole home power cycle. It has a massive power capacity of 3.8 kilowatts hour. You can add battery expansions to the main module for a crazy total of 53.8 kilowatts hour. And its installation is very easy, giving you maximum home power access with minimum effort. It is designed for a long-lasting use, 10 years of everyday use, and it comes with 5 years of official warranty. You can use it to save on electricity bills, store solar power during the day and use it during the night, and you will be able to switch between different energy modes to make it even more efficient. They are launching on Kickstarter on October 9th at 7 AM Pacific time. Make sure to sign up using the link in my description box for up to 45% discount before everyone and enjoy exclusive benefits. So we pull the trigger and install the fence. Huh? We hire a company to do that because we just don't have time to do this. I'd rather focus on keep building the house than installing a fence. The bright side of all of this is that now we have a fence, so we can close up the property and have all the material more secure. By the way, Aspen is now free to roam around the property, because now we have the fence, so he can be unleashed finally. Let's see how long until he figures out how to escape, but until that day he's free to roam again. And also we are able to start planting the trees and the bushes that we're gonna plant all around the property. We needed to have the fence beforehand, because if not, with the machinery they might kill the bushes. And today I'm going to resume removing the forms. I think I'm gonna tackle the sunken living room first, because I really want to see how it came out. We have to pour in 2 layers, so I want to see how that turned out. That's the goal for today, to have all the exterior out. To remove the forms, this time I've been following the advice of someone that left a nice comment giving us a tip in the video that we removed the form for the concrete slab of the workshop. Basically, I have been trying to unscrew all the screws that I can, but unfortunately the heads of the screws get filled with concrete. I got myself a reciprocating saw to cut through the screws. Finally, I'm also using this Baco multi-tool blade. It's this guy. When I have a pipe sticking out of a form, I remove the wood around it so I don't break the pipe. As you can see, this is still water at the bottom, and the face of the concrete is still wet, and it's been like 35-36 degrees for the last couple of days, and I haven't actually put water in it for the last couple of days actually. So all this water that you can see, it's being kept there by the plastic. It gives the concrete a very good chance to actually cure properly and slowly. And here is the line of the 2 pores. It's pretty much unnoticeable, you cannot really see it. Organizing all this wood here, first of all because I like to keep things organized. If we don't organize everything, it's gonna become a mess. Second of all, because we're gonna be giving pretty much half of it or even more to our neighbor Manuel. He came yesterday to see if he could have some for a structure that he's building, and we said yes. He came pick up pretty much the first half this morning, and I told him to come pick up anything he needs. That's very good if you ask me. I have been working behind the cameras for a few days, like 5 days or so. I was able to almost remove all the forms, but just missing one little portion where the walk-in closet will be. So everything is looking very good, to be honest. I'm very happy with the concrete. But it's been tough work to remove this, especially with this weather. It's been days at around 42, 43 degrees. And even though I'm used to the heat and I do enjoy suffering a little bit, it's been a little bit too much, to be honest. The plan for today is to finish removing the forms of this last portion and then clean up everything around the building, because right now everything is a mess. Pieces of wood and rebar everywhere. And I will organize all the wood so we can use it in the future. And after that, I think we are ready to move to the next phase. Alright, that was the last piece. There's no more forms. By the way, I don't know if I'm gonna put this in the video just because I normally don't complain about this, but we get a lot of positive feedback in the videos, a lot of likes, like 99% of the likes, 99.2 or 99.3 of the likes are likes instead of dislikes. But then we get 30% of the comments are negative from, I will say trolls, because that's what they are. I tend to erase them just because that's not the vibe that I want to have in the videos. I think I'm gonna put this, if I decide to put it, it's just to try to help any of you that are following along to see how we do things, and just to show you also that not everything is perfect. I could make it look perfect in the videos with ease. It's more complicated to actually tell the truth in the videos than actually be lying around on how good I am and how good things come out. I think there is no point on doing that, and I'm risking all the haters' comments. But anyways, I'm gonna say it just in case it helps any of you that are planning to form and pour concrete on by yourselves. We had an issue on one of the sites where the concrete was too strong and one side of the form bent a little. The concrete pump is extremely strong. You need to be extremely careful to how to use it. He stopped for a second and came, "Hey Pepe, this might break." And when I looked at it, I was like, holy, I hope that helps. And I saw the last rebar, the last piece of rebar that I put before pouring, the day before pouring, and it was the only thing holding the wall. The only part that it wasn't broken was that little piece of rebar that I put in the end, absolutely destroyed. I had not more energy, and I was like, I'm gonna put one more, and that last one held the wall. Imagine, I mean, if I wouldn't have put that last rebar, the whole concrete would have opened, and it would have been a disaster. Everything would have emptied pretty much. Not the whole thing, but you know, a big portion of it. In our case, this will be hidden, covered with gravel, and it will be underneath the house, so it's not a big deal aesthetically. But imagine that happened on a wall that you actually want to see, or like in the walls that we're gonna be building in the sunken living room, and that would have been a major disaster. Next time, I think if we do this again with the pump, basically the concrete pump was hitting always in this direction. So my idea in the future is to lay the pump like this, the hose like this. So when the concrete goes out, it goes out in that direction, and you feel everything slowly, instead of actually just going straight against the form with extreme force, because it is scary. I don't know if we were able to actually show it in the videos. Luckily, as I said, this side held amazingly, and all the exterior sides held amazingly, which is why I think, or I kind of know that this interior side was damaged, because we were pouring the concrete against it. And for the floor, when we pour the floor, we are gonna lay the pipe somewhere and just leave the concrete spill out and spread. Hopefully I will get some more comments from the 99% of people that actually like the comments and leave a like. If a small percentage of you that actually like the videos and are getting, you know, something positive out of it, leave a comment randomly, like a nice comment, and reinforce that the work that we're doing, sharing our progress and our projects, is actually meaningful to someone, not just people hating on us. test.